we have another SBC where you have the pick of 3 icons and all of them look great, but I'm going to show you exactly who you need to pick for your team. Now, what you've got to do to say thank you for the assistance is drop a like down below and of course subscribe. Make sure to join channel members down below in the description. We're doing exclusive lives every week and account upgrades to every member, so do not miss out. Now let's go pick our cards. This is who we're picking from today. We've got Paul Scholes, we've got Robert Perez, and we have, and I don't know his first name, so I am going to have to check for this one, Luis Hernandez. Now, right off the bat, Luis Hernandez, let's run through him. So actually, quite a few base play styles. He's got precision header, low driven, game changer, and chip shot. So obviously, as far as chip shot goes, not really as relevant when you are going to do a chip shot. It's either going to go in or it isn't. Chip shots don't make a huge difference. Rapid is good, and so is first touch. The only real problem with this guy is, you know, he's only got Poach plus plus, which not a lot of people use. And then when we look through the attributes, he's a good 86 rated striker. However, you look at him on the market, he's going to sit there at around 140k. So let's imagine they're all about that. I mean, if we look at Scholes as well, he's actually the cheapest. I think he's sitting at 120, and then Perez is like 140. So Sanchez is actually the most expensive of the bunch. It looks like Perez has actually had a bit of a rise, so he's sitting at maybe 150 right now. If you can't afford your favorite players and trading to them just isn't realistic, and of course you don't want to give EA your money, then Sky Coach has you covered with the most reliable and cheapest coins in FC26, a quick and easy service. Using the link down below, you'll automatically get 10% off, so you can finally buy your favorite players.
Nice.
As it stands, realistically, yes, Sanchez probably the most expensive, but he just simply isn't that good. His poacher lacks what you're looking for. His rolls just aren't where they need to be. And for 150k, comparably, or for any of the strikers on the SBC section, you have far better options. I mean, Kane is here, Haaland exists, and so do a number of other better strikers. Now, of course, they're not all the same value. I completely understand that, but when crafting is available, it just doesn't make sense. He doesn't make it worth it when you can go and buy Pina for 10k and she will be better than him. That's just no questions about it. Which leaves us with these two. So that's where we're going to analyze a little bit more. Playstyles wise, off the bat, both of them have exactly what you'd want. Finesse shot for a winger and then incisive pass for a midfielder. What more could you want? Now, when we look at Scholes, we've got to have a look at him with the roles he's got. Imagine he's a playmaker in centre mid or cam. The problem is that spot has a lot of competition. Even Pogba's CDM card actually has a playmaker playstyle. Not quite the chemistry styles you'd want for that, but it does have playmaker as a role. Now, when we look at his other play styles, we've got incisive pass, long ball pass, tiki-taka, all very good. Slide tackle, 2 shooting play styles, and then also technical. So actually all round very solid for a midfielder. The only place he's really lacking here, honestly, pace is not amazing. If we have a look at his attributes, 75, 73, obviously a shadow or any other pace thing is going to increase that a little bit there. But then we look at agility, a little bit lower when you would use him as a playmaker. He is not going to be the CDM kind of midfielder. He's certainly not going to be a midfielder on box to box. He is a playmaker, and that's why he kind of is a little bit lackluster in that arena. He's not exactly what you'd want. However, he is very solid, especially if you're running an England team, a Man United team, you know, past and present, things like that. It works. And Perez does have a similar problem. Yes, shadow striker is exactly what you'd want at cam. Left mid, right mid, wide playmaker only. It means you'll probably have to adjust your system, if not change it quite a lot, in order to fit him in. Play styles, we've got exactly what we want. Finesse, incisive pass, you've got inventive, we've even got technical and quick step, which is really, really solid all round. As for his attributes, overall, very decent. It's kind of exactly what you'd expect. Once again, we will make improvements with a chemistry style, but he is where you want him to be. He does have the improved links. Being French, he will get more chemistry for the players you're more likely to have. I can't imagine many people have many English players in their main squads. So over on FootGG, we have the best assessment of these cards. 160,000 coins. He is well-rounded. As a wide playmaker, he sits at 26, and as a shadow striker, he sits at 60. So in the positions you're going to have him in, he is essentially realistically not the best shadow striker because he's ranked 60. So there are far more players ranked far higher than him. I think we can see on there some cheaper ones already. Being Wilson would be technically a bit cheaper. We've got Dabina would be far cheaper. We've got a lot of better players on this page. However, very expensive. Then we get to Teller, Kachui, Bellingham. We've got James, Dybala, Pogba even. Pogba, who is the cam, the worst one that people aren't really likely to pick, is better. Kachui there again. Vert, Dumoulin, Musiala. So quite a lot of cards better than him in that shadow striker, which means we would put him at wide playmaker, but that means we are likely having to change our system. I personally use inside forward on both of mine. Now, wide playmaker isn't the worst thing in the world. If we have a look at the difference between wide playmaker and inside forward here, so your wide playmaker is going to go there, but you can put it in attack. Now that is, if we look at my inside forward on the other side, quite a difference in terms of how far. It's about half his way up the pitch. If you do it as a basic wide playmaker on build up, it's very, very far out. So it is a change. If you put them in attack, you can make it work in a system that you have like that already. Me personally, I'd rather not do an SBC where I have to change my system in order for it to work. But I am also aware that this is a cheap option for a lot of people to craft and get themselves a French icon who can play at cam, who can play on the wings, and realistically is a solid player. Our goals coming in at 130k, so a good bit cheaper. We've got playmaker, box to box, classic 10. Now, realistically, he's nowhere near, well, he's not even in the top 50 on either of these. He's nowhere near the top 50 as a cam. He's just outside as a centre mid. But what I would say is if you want a player that is that far out of being the GG rating, and by the way, I know we're using GG rating to really pivot on what is successful here, but I promise you, it is a very good way to judge a card. It's how I judge most cards because it works. It's a system that they have got down to a T. And for that reason, I would say he simply isn't worth it. Now, yes, in a month or so, if he ends up as fodder, it's slightly better fodder, but it's not going to be what's worth making this choice. If you are getting this pick done, guys, make sure to need to be going for Perez because he is the man for you. And I am the man for you to bring you the best content, so make sure to subscribe. It's impossible to win a game of FIFA with a team like this. But when your coin balance is low, and so is your bank balance, how can you afford your favourite players? That's where Top 1% Trading comes in. The #1 premium Discord in FC26, ready to make you millions of coins again, and making your dream team a reality.